traveling that didn't know if they could have service to get on it. So,
No worries. We'll record it for those that can't hop on. Hey, y'all, I know we cut this together last minute,
okay,
but
awesome.
we are grateful that you're here. I'm gonna do a quick round of intros here real quick. At least so John, raise your hand, John. So John was out here at a certification seminar we did the other day. His dad practices in Alabama, and he's getting ready to go to Cairo school. Then we have Heather. Raise your hand, Heather.
Hey.
Heather McCall is a good friend of mine. She lives actually about 3 hours away from us, small town, a really small town. And she's been in the business, what, like 9-ish years?
Yeah.
Okay, give or take. And then Dr. Klein, raise your hand, Dr. Klein. So she's a Cairo as well, known each other forever, feels like. She jumped in about a year ago, actually a year ago, last October. And then we got Sabrina, who was harassing her son, Jay. Um, Maybe have him share her Jay's story. Her oldest son's story is phenomenal, and that was what, like 9-ish years ago, somewhere there.
When we first started.
Crazy cool story there. Might have to do that. And then we have Anne with an E. She lives in Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. And then Surfer Joe, as Cheryl likes to call him, is there in the screen. And then Christina, we can't see her; she's at work. And then me. And Shirley's the other Dr. B. Um,
Oh, mine says Dr. B on it. Oh, I didn't even
I
change it.
don't
All
know.
right.
She's handling her inner Dr. B makes me a little nervous actually.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys hopping on this tonight because what we want to do real quick is like the goal of this is to kind of paint a vision of what's possible if you really want to focus on growing the business of LifeVantage. And really what it ties into is not only a business, but the impact that you'll have in life. Now, as I look at this screen, this started with me 11 years ago and just had that flashback of having inviting Heather last minute to a meeting in a little town in northern Arizona, and she actually reached out to Jay's mom, with Sabrina, with when her son was having a really tough struggle, and it's led to us having this amazing friendship over the last like 9.5 years, but also changing a lot of lives in the middle. And I want to help you guys continue that process. And right now we have a unique opportunity with the P84 to kind of talk, introduce people to this, and also if you want, you can create an income with it. So I'm going to have both Heather and Janet share a little bit. We've kind of been working on some things with this, and just kind of set the stage. What the idea is when you grow a business, you want to do it in spurts. To work crazy hard all the time is not a reality. So the goal is to create spurts of activity that grows your business and gets people exposed to stuff. And so, Heather, why don't you kind of hop on, share a little bit of what we talked about this morning, kind of set this stage for what you're talking about Napoleon
Okay.
Hill. Then Janet will have you kind of share somewhat how much you're gonna what you're gonna goals you're gonna reach out. And we're gonna do this because what we want to do is we want to help impact a lot of lives. And the only way that happens is through like talking to people. And if you set it up right, it can set up a process that literally can impact like hundreds of lives. But you start with a decision. All yours.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I've been listening to a lot of Napoleon Hill. I recommend that highly. You can just YouTube Napoleon Hill and all kinds of stuff will come up. But this is one that I listened to it. There was so much like truth in it that when they talked about doing this 10 to 90, I said, we've all got to listen to this. So I'll give you some little tidbits about what's in it, but I'm going to share the whole thing with Dr. B and Janet, whoever I need to, so that everyone can get it. Um, so one of the things he says in there is kind of what Dr. B just said. It says, you're not being asked to toil endlessly without result. You're being asked to compress effort into a concentrated period where results multiply. And he said, this is how you save 10 years of wandering, 20 years of indecision, and 30 years of regret. And I can tell you right now, like that 10 years will happen before you know it because I've been, what, 8 or 9 years here, and I took 5 years off for personal reasons, but I wandered for 5 years and did nothing. And then so here we are. It was just crazy how that just hit me so hard. He also said this was a real kick in the gut too. The man who drifts 90 days becomes the man who drifts 900 more. That is so true. And that just goes back to my 5 years of drifting. That was more than 900 days. Um, let's see. He also said time is elastic. And so for the man who's just drifting and just not deciding what they're going to do with their life, then it just times is like a rubber band, it just stretches. Um, and then it just becomes all these years of wandering again. But if you have a definiteness of mind and a focus, then it actually time like it's going to contract. That time is going to contract. And that's what this is all about is just contracting time. And he gives different examples of lots of people in history of how they built these big, like like Ford was one of them. Andrew Carnegie's one of them. Um, they took these spurts of time and just really just focus hard. And it wasn't their entire life, but they because they compressed time with their focus, they were able to build something big. The last thing I'll say, let me pick one here. Um, so here, yeah, here's a good one. It's not age that robs a man of greatness; it's drift. And and that just all of this is just so just hits me in the gut. It's drift, and if we can take these 90 days and really compress them with a lot of focus, I think we could do a lot of cool things. And I'll turn it back to you. There's so much more.
Yeah, I love
This
that. It
this
just, yeah,
30 40 minutes has so much in it, so everybody needs to listen to it. And I would recommend don't just listen to it once. You need to listen to it multiple times a week to keep your focus and be reminded of why you're doing it.
can you throw that in the thread just so they have a link to it?
Yes. Let me find it.
Jen, thank
But
you.
Holy,
That was awesome. Such a powerful thing, right? And we don't really think how much you're going to accomplish as you kind of get that ball rolling, that getting things spinning, and then once it's in the going the right direction, it's easy to keep spinning. Hey, Jen, Dr. Jen, would you mind kind of hopping in and just kind of talk through like this whole idea of 10 and 30 and why we kind of why you wanted to do it and why we kind of spearheaded this? I know you kind of talked to Victor about it the other day, but maybe kind of fill them all in.
so last week when Wednesday night was the Healthy Edge event down in Phoenix, but the next day when we went to Tara's house, that was it's so valuable. So I talked about the top people, the top sales and business people, and the ones that are growing really fast right now are doing, and that's this 10 and 90. And the majority of the ones that are doing it are the New Love Biome people. And if you were in Dallas, you knew what kind of energy that they brought. They are so excited to be a part of LifeVantage because of what we offer and the science that backs everything. So we don't have to prove anything. Our science is there. And so they were like given this golden ticket. So they're not keeping their mouth shut. And so what Victor said is that they're all doing this 90 days of being very motivated, not just motivated, but driven.
Janet, can you explain what that 10 and 90, what he meant by that?
So they are talking to 10 people every single day for 90 days.
That's their goal.
That's their goal. That's what they're doing. That's what they're challenging all of their teams that are just going like crazy to do. And it's not just reaching out and trying to find 10 new people every single day. It's people that we may have known for years or talked to before. It's a matter of like going back and rehabbing a conversation with them and saying, hey, I know I talked to you a few months ago or a few years ago or whatever. Depending on how long you've been with LifeVantage, if you're new or old, I mean, for me, it's been a year. So I've talked to a lot of people, but I haven't talked to everybody I know. And the thing with us is that it's more of just staying active, doing something towards our goals every single day. So even if you only get to one person or to 5 people or whatever, it's more than you're doing right now. But what lit a fire underneath me is like, these guys are probably going to talk to people I know. So if I don't talk to them first, they're going to get them. So it was kind of this fear of, oh my God, they don't care if they know you or not. They are so vivid and outgoing that they're going to call everybody. And so it is making you stretch a little bit more and having chicken lists and things like that and think, well, I really should talk to this person. And what I did in the past was listening to and Tara, I keep calling her Tara, but I know it's Tara, but she mentioned it again about the minister that sent out the 50 texts. He went MC2 in a month, and that's
What's MC2, just so people that aren't super
MC2
familiar?
is 20,000 in volume, in sales volume, mean in a month. And so when Tara said, how the heck did you do this? She was thinking it was some magical hallelujah kind of moment, or she didn't know what he was telling these people. And all he did, he got so excited when he saw the ABC primetime video that he just said, why wouldn't anybody want to, fix their oxidative stress? Just that one product. And so all he did was send out a text that's to 50 people that said, if I sent you a 10-minute video, however long it is, that will blow your mind, will you watch it? That's it. That's simple. And then he waited to hear back from them. If they said yes, he would send him the video and say, I can't wait to see if what your thoughts are, however you want to word it. He went a step further. What Tara said on Thursday is he said, well, when you watch this today, I'll call you tonight. So are you going to, or he would give him a time frame. Are you going to watch this tonight? Or are you going to watch this tomorrow? Because I need to write down when to call you back, because I'm sending this out to everybody I know. So you can either be a part of what I'm doing, and I know that when you watch this, you're either going to want to use it, or you're going to be like me and want to tell everybody about it. So you decide after you watch it. But when are you going to watch it so I can call you back and check in? So he went a step further, and I missed that part the first time around. But anyways, and it might have been after they called back and said yes. I think the first one is just, if I sent you this 10-minute video, would you watch it? That'll blow your mind. Would you watch it? Then when he heard back from them, he said, okay, you're either going to watch this tonight or you're going to watch it tomorrow, but let me know, because I'm going to pencil you in when to call you back. And that's all he did. And some did, some didn't. But it was crazy because of all the ones that said, well, this is a no-brainer. I want to do this. I know people I'm going to tell. And so they said, well, what do we do? He goes, do what I just did. Send out this text to 50 people and do exactly the same thing. And they all did. So that's the power of duplication. So just reaching out to, even if it was just, and I came up with another, on my phone though, another little text today, because I came across this video that's 7 minutes long, and I sent it out to, I don't know who I sent this one, because it incorporates part of the ABC primetime video, but it incorporates other consultants talking and other things, and it's just this activation story that's 7 minutes long, and it's amazing. So I reworded my text to say, hey, I have sent out some amazing videos in the past, but I just came across this new one that I think it's going to really make you think. If I send it, will you watch it? And I'm going to send this new one, because I already sent out like 50 texts of the old one. So I thought, no, I have to get a new one to send out. So whatever video you decide you want to send, this one's really cool. I guess it would depend. We have some really good ones out there right now. So it depends on who you're talking to. If it's a healthcare professional, there's videos that you might think, oh, I want to send that video instead. But if it's just a general population of everyday people you're talking to that need to understand why we're doing this new 7-minute one is fantastic. Right. Yes, that is in the app. I think it's on YouTube.
So here's a couple of thoughts, guys. So the whole idea of is that 10 and 90 is that for the next 90 days is to put a focused effort. And there'll be some of you that say, hey, I want to do the 10 a day for 90 days, or you'll say, hey, I want to focus on 2 a day. That focused effort is what you're looking for to help carry people on the progress. So what we're going to do, we're going to basically form a thread for people that just want to focus on this. If you don't, it's totally cool. But you're here. So if you want to be on that thread, let us know. The goal is like to commit to yourself. Really, I want to focus on just exposing people to something. And if it's 2 a day, 4 a day, like my goal, it's a 10 a day. And on Sundays, it's gonna be more like messages to people, just to like, hey, I've been thinking of you, stuff like that. Not even no business related stuff on Sunday for me. And on Thanksgiving, it's probably more. I'll just do 10 contact by a text or something like that. That's more on like something people I'm grateful for. The goal is just consistency that creates conversations to move the process forward. And Janet will throw in the thread that kind of the idea of how that kind of what she said and what she posts, and we'll do that. So each week we'll meet at this time just for a short, hopefully no less than 20, 30 minutes tops. And hopefully, one, celebrate each other, and two, come up with an idea of what we might share that week. Because just as you were talking, Janet, I thought of a couple of people I'd like to send that video to. And there'll be different tools and resources you can use to send things to. And normally you'll think about them, you'll just send them. And I'm going to show you a way to track it really quick in case you want to do this. And here's what happens, and I love that what you brought up, Heather, is that like as soon as if you don't do something that's like a 2 weeks and 3 weeks and 6 years, like 5 years later, just because we didn't kind of stay plugged in. And the great thing about LifeVantage is she got paid that whole 5 years she wasn't around. Not as much as she would have, right? And the team was kept growing, but she still got a paycheck. And that's pretty unique. In other businesses, that doesn't happen. So the goal of this is to create, we call it a build from event to event. It's just to have these conversations to build to creating a team of people that can start get exposed to both the product and the opportunity, and then invite them to take a look at something, send them a tool of some kind, and then as they have a question, here's a phrase I'm asking you to write this down. If somebody asks you a question, even if you know the answer, it's like, oh my gosh, that's a great question. Let me connect you with. And that could be connecting to each one of you guys on this thread. It could be one of us. The goal is to create what's called a third-party validation to start a conversation. And then just to have a conversation around, hey, what caught your eye? To then move to the next step, whether it's if you're reaching out in the form of, hey, product, it'd be more of a conversation around product. If it's more, hey, a conversation around like business, is more of a conversation around business. And we have an amazing group of people that are more than willing to hop on and actually have conversations with people. But until we get exposure, we really can't do anything about it. Fair enough? So let me show you something really quick, and you guys can find this. I'm going to share my screen in just a second. And where to go? Right here. So this is the hub at LifeVantage. So it's just hub. You can see in the top left here, hub.lifevantage.com. And you'll see there's all these different things. But if you go to training and we go down to the bottom, it says launch guide. It's a very easy thing that you can just print out and keep track of the people you're talking to. We call this idea invite tool team. And you just keep track right here, who you invited and what you sent, what the tool was, and if they invited to a team. And the goal is to make this, so imagine right now, so I was working with somebody last week, and they really haven't done many calls. We did more calls and invites in 2 hours than he had in the last 6 months. And that was just exposure. So you can do 10 a day, 2 a day, 1 a day. The goal would be consistency. And then on Monday, just to kind of touch base, hey, where are you guys at? If you have any questions, then the goal is what we're going to do is we want to reward behavior. What I mean by that is, so for every, basically day or that you consistently did something, you get your name in the hat, and we're going to draw for a bag of Axial every week. Just because we know if some of you want to run for it, great. Guess what? We got to feed the fire. Got to make sure you got plenty of brain energy to stay going. And it's more for something fun, but I would love for this to be a process where people that they're like, we catch somebody doing something right, or we come up with something, hey, I had this question hop up, what could I do? Is to go to kind of help just stay plugged in. Everybody good on that? So when I started, so that's the hub.lifevantage.com training. And then this right here is called the launch guide. If you want to specifically go over this with somebody, let me or whoever, anyone in this group that wants to do that, and we can go through it with you. I still use this system myself. I write people's names down, and I just keep track of them. I just put the date, so I know when I talked to them last, so I can just do a follow-up. Because what I found is I found a whole pile of these the other day. I'm like, oh man, I reached out, finished that conversation, finished this conversation, finished this conversation. So it's just a good way to just keep people in front of mind. All right. Any questions on that?
I just like checking in every week just
Yeah.
because it gives ideas of, oh, I should have said this, or I could say this, or this is for all of us. This isn't just for, Dr. B and Heather and I. We just thought if there's more power in numbers and more creativity and things and even if it's like, well, I said this and this happened or this didn't work out, we all learn from what everybody's doing. We all learn from what the products are doing with us. Or even how to, if you're not good at talking the business, how do I mention the business? I mean, I love it. It's so.
I love that you brought that up. Yeah, yeah, and that's exactly right. This, and so we all have different schedules. We all have different things going on in our life. But it's just whatever that is, I would just commit to yourself, like how many invites is that? And just from a stretch goal, it's just, but to be consistent is more than anything I'd love to see happen. And that's really because if you want to create leverage in your life and impact lives more, we got to do something. I told people, I don't care if it's LifeVantage or something else, but find something that you love, with people you enjoy being around, that had a positive impact, but you can generate revenue while you sleep. Because there'll be a time where you want more time and or more money, and if you haven't already set up, it's going to be a lot more enjoyable than it would otherwise, or tolerable, I
Then
should
I
say.
a funny story that happened today too is somebody wanted me to add somebody to our Facebook, our LifeVantage group that we have, and she gave me the name, and so I said okay, and I went on and I added that person because, and I was friends with that person. I thought, oh, I wonder how this other consultant was friends with this other person that I knew because she was up in Payson. So I added her to the group and everything. And then later in the day, I was talking to the other consultant and I said, so, and I screenshot because I thought I better make sure this is the right person. And she said, I don't know that one. And I'm like, oh my God. And I
I guess
said,
you better call that person.
how you knew the same person? She goes, well, that's not the same one. And the same name, but I was friends with the same person. Well, she's medical. She's a traveling doctor.
Oh,
And
that's
so
fun.
she got on the LifeVantage group and started looking at everything and messaged her. And I said, I am so sorry that I added you to this group. This is what I did. It was by mistake. I didn't mean to, trouble you and get you. She laughed. She goes, no problem. She goes, this is fantastic. What is this all about?
Oh, there you go. That works. No, no, no action is better. Some action is better than no action. Even if
Even
it,
mistake.
even if we think it's a mistake, maybe it's not. All right.
That is awesome.
Any questions? Yeah. Okay.
I have one thing just to add that I think might be important to success in this. And I got this from listening to Napoleon Hill too, is he speaks very strongly about having a definite like purpose, a definite goal. And that it and basically and literally repeating that out loud twice a day in the morning and when you go to bed, like this is your definite goal and this is your definite aim. And I'm telling you that does help. And so for each individual, that could be different. But and you don't have to have just like the goal for the 90 days. It could be a goal for like in a year. This is what I want to do, but this 90 days is going to help push me there. Um, so I would highly recommend everybody just kind of think about what that goal is and that definite thought. And he makes you be very specific. I want to make this much amount of money in this time, and this is how I'm going to do it, like through LifeVantage, through sharing and teaching people about LifeVantage.
Did he say anything about writing it down?
He does
Did you see
talk
that?
about writing it down too.
So are you going to share us what yours is?
Yeah, yeah. You want me to? Yes,
Yeah.
I will.
You
This
like
is what
that, huh?
I tell myself.
She walked right into it, didn't she, guys?
I totally did walk into
Thank
that.
you.
This is what I tell myself a few times a day, that by December 31st, 2026, I will make $10,000 a month through sharing LifeVantage products and teaching people how to build a business with it.
Wow, that's solid.
That's what I tell myself a couple times a day. So now you know. Now you know.
Now,
That's awesome.
and I did that for a couple of reasons, guys. Is that one thing when you tell somebody else, it becomes very real, but also it then enlists in my mind, the help of God and others, you'll want to help them. And I mean, whether you guys say share that or not, if you really want that next level, it just is to commit to that. And I'll write mine down. I actually have mine written down at the office of what I have, and I actually have a lot of you guys' names written out of what I'd love to see you each be. And so I'll put yours on that. It helped me be fun of mine. Because here's what I do know. Like every story we tell leads to helping somebody else. I have people all the time come up to me and say, hey, that story you shared. Like I've shared Jaren's story. I've shared Jackson's story. I've shared Weston's story. All these stories, and other people repeat them back to me of who they told and how it's impacted somebody. And so what we're doing is reaching much further than we realize. So thank you, Heather. I appreciate you. We wanted to say that and let us know. So if you want to share those down the road, guys, you're welcome to. But again, the other thing is if you like, hey, like my life is crazy, but I really want to start moving this forward. If that's, 2 a day, that's 2 a day. But that 2 a day times 90 days is 180 people. Now, if you really look at it that way, I mean, or 1 a day, 90 days is 90 people. That's a lot. And that movement stayed for it. But again, so I say if I heard from in my action steps this week is write mine down, but more specifically than I currently have it. And my goal is personally to reach out to 10 a day, whether by text, by call. That's mine. And there's some days I'll do more than 10, maybe some days I'll do 10 is my schedule. But the other side of that is I've already I created some videos today that you'll have in the next couple of weeks to use as well to help maybe prompt you if somebody thought of there's one we just did today on the P84. There'll be super fun story. You can share this with somebody and like, oh, I thought of this. Check out this video. Some easy ways to share that. And there are also some on the business too. Okay.
Can I share something real fast?
Yeah, absolutely.
When we went to the training on Thursday at Tara's, another thing too that Victor had said, he's like, somebody volunteered to go through their why. And he kept saying, well, why? Well, why? So 7 layers of why. So when I was thinking about this challenge today, I thought about, okay, I want to do this, but why do I want to do this? And I went through 7 layers of why, or started to. I'm kind of in the process of that at the moment, but why? Like it's not like I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing the impact that it can give me. I'm chasing the lives that it can give the people that are especially struggling during the holidays, that are struggling with health, struggling with finances, right? Like that is that's why I'm choosing to do this, is because I want to help those people that are struggling alone, that maybe they don't have to, whether that's health or finances or community or whatever that might be. And so I've really honed in on my why in general, but for this specifically.
So if you don't mind in that thread when we do it, like, because maybe share that why. And again, this is up to you guys if you want, but that when you write it down, it makes it more personal. And then for me, I'm like, okay, I'd love to help them achieve that too. Thank you for sharing that.
It was pretty powerful. First of all, the lady that decided to volunteer, she got really mad.
He kept asking why. It was like it's like you're a toddler. Why?
Well, there's a lot of power in that why question.
It's huge. It's huge because it really makes you go a lot deeper till you cry.
Yeah. So thank you guys all. The other thing on the drawing, it's just an honor system. Like you'll text me, here's how many days I did it. Awesome. We're gonna throw you in the pot and we're gonna draw. Totally cool. Okay.
Does anybody want to be in a text thread that's on this group, or
if you don't want to be on it, just text us. If not, we'll add the people that are here on that thread. If you don't want to be, totally cool. Then no feelings hurt at all. But also if you're like, hey, I'd really love to do this, but I know myself, can we set a time where we can work over Zoom? Great. That's what I did actually with Dr. Hatch last week, and we got a lot done. And so some people I did that. I actually used to do that carry on and off. We just get together and I do calls and she'd listen and give me ideas.
Is there a day, Dr. B, like what day do you want us to text you like we did?
I would say at least on Sunday, if you guys are bare minimum Monday morning, just tell me where you're at as far as how many days, just so I know, just so I can kind of do the drawing.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
If you guys have ideas like throughout the week, oh my gosh, I got this really cool video. This is what I've been sharing. This response I'm getting. Or hey, I'm like, I shared this and I got this response. I wasn't so happy. It'll move through that. It's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, I talked to a chicken, turned out to be a goose. But it was a golden goose. That's what we're looking for. I don't want no
Awesome.
quail egg. I want me a goose egg.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, guys, I really appreciate you. Every one of you are here because someone said yes. And so I can only imagine how many more people might say yes. And as new people join us and they want to be brought into this group at any point in time, they can do that and they can start their 90. Okay. All right. You guys are
Yeah.
amazing. And great to see you.
So are you.
Good to see you. If you get any questions, thoughts, anybody?
This is great.
Hey, Carol.
It gives fuel to the fire, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And it really, the reality, if you guys, the more if you can partner with somebody and do calls with each other, I can't tell you how many times I've done that over the years. I get so much more done when there's somebody there with me. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's that teacher thing over your head, but it'll always move you faster. And I can take a short time and do a lot in it because I've just able to focus on it.
Deadlines, because we have to work on deadlines.
Yeah, it's just how we're trained, right? We don't do our homework until we have to get it done. Just human nature. But you guys are amazing. I'm grateful for you. There is the team call here where Victor's actually going to talk a little bit about this challenge. I just found we didn't know about that until later today. We were already going to do it and I didn't want to stop. But again, if you have questions, Janet, if you can throw that thread and just maybe you get that invite you use. And then if we come up with good advice, try it, guys, and try them out and see how you like them. And Wednesday Wellness this week will be on the P84 with some amazing stories. So that's a phenomenal one. I just got done recording that with Shauna Mumpel. That one's
Awesome.
it's super good.
Love it.
You and
All
Shauna
right.
on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. Or
But you just recorded it
For Wednesday.
because
Yeah.
you're live on.
because I couldn't do it when she wanted to do it. I was in Nebraska with all weekend. We meant to do it, we didn't. But we gathered some stories from people the results are seeing, just kind of explain why, and it's powerful, so powerful.
It's awesome.
And I did one also on the mind body, but it won't be right now. But we used it for some of the questions we got on it. I think will be helpful for people.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, y'all.
Thank you.
Have a lovely week. Can't wait to learn more. And if you want to share your goals with somebody, great. If you want to share with me, I'd love to hear them.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. See you.
too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye.